we are talking about the Facebook strategy, in particular, middle of funnel. So Dan, our last meeting we talked about the top of funnel.
Yep.
Let's hook into the middle of funnel.
And he just said the return on ad spend that I get on Google now is the best I've had in about 2 years. The only thing that's changed is we've added in this meta advertising matrix.
G'day YouTube fans. Here we are in our next installment talking with Dan Nickus, and we are talking about the Facebook strategy, in particular, middle of funnel. So Dan, our last meeting we talked about the top of funnel.
Yep.
Let's hook into the middle of funnel.
Okay, so just a bit of recap for those who haven't listened to our top of funnel talk, and I loosely call it top of funnel because we're hitting people that don't know anything about the brand. So I'll just show you, I'll share with you the matrix that we're referring to as we're doing this. So this is our, let me know when you can see that. This is our book ecom ads matrix. So the engine is the core campaigns, and that's what I'm taking you through. We went through top of funnel last video, and this is about how we build engagement with the brand and make people solution aware. So people come to the socials, they know they've got problems, but they're not necessarily looking for a solution. They're going there to be social. So all we're trying to do is not hard sell them. We're trying to make them solution aware, that we are the solution to whatever problem that they have. It's just about making them aware of who we are, what we do.
Right.
These top of funnels fuel the middle of funnel campaigns, which is here. Again, we're not trying to push to try and sell to them. There is an option for people to click to buy using the shop now button as a call to action. But fundamentally, at this level, in middle of funnel, we're going to use the audiences that we've created at top of funnel. So people we've already created touch points with us, then they're solution aware. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build trust with them. We're trying to make the people now product aware. So which product is their solution, not just that we're the solution as a whole, and make them USP aware, so unique selling proposition aware. The audiences we're using there are people that have engaged in the last 30 days on Insta, the last 30 days on Facebook. They've viewed 50% of the videos in the last 30 days that sit up here in this top of funnel. They're in the ads there. And they could have also visited our website in the last 30 days or subscribed via Klaviyo or other email marketing solutions. Klaviyo is the one that we use because it connects up really easily. Subscribed but not purchased, and we also exclude purchases from the last 30 days. We're still trying to educate people at this level. We do have that shop now button, as I said, which directs to the homepage, but we're trying to put other options in front of them that talk about the products or offerings or services that the brand has. What we do here as well is we can be a little bit more personalized with the targeting because we know they already know about us. We don't need to just introduce them cold. So what I'll do is I'll show you a real world example of that. That's the easiest way to do it.
Yep.
So last video we went through and we talked about top of funnel brand awareness and how that built up the audiences in here in the middle of funnel. And we call this brand recall. We optimize these ads for ad recall or brand recall. They're exceptionally cheap to run. You can see the CPMs here. This is in Australian dollars, $4.81, and I think that works out to maybe $3 Australian, $3 US. So we're still, even though we're using our custom audiences at this level, it's still exceptionally cheap. I'll just take you in and I'll show you here. There'll be two ad sets in here. One will be for New Zealand, which is off at the moment. One's for Australia. And in here, I just want to show you the audiences that we're talking about. So this one's a direct synced audience from Klaviyo. So that's people that have signed up to the email list but not purchased in the last 30 days. Now, some of these audiences do overlap, but we do just try to get as many. We don't want to leave anyone out. Engaged with Facebook over the last 30 days, that audience builds from top of funnel ads because our conversion objective there is engagement with the brand. We've got people that have watched 50% of the videos that we've got in those top of funnel ads. We've got all website visitors last 30 days. That's based on Pixel and Cappy data. And we've got engaged with Instagram in the last 30 days because the ads are shown on both at top of funnel at both Facebook and Instagram as a platform. And we exclude purchases last 30 days. We're not trying to reconvert existing purchases. Everything else is left nice and broad. We've got the country as broad, the age and the genders as all by default. Reason is because we're not being picky as to who's coming into these. If we've targeted them at top of funnel, we've targeted them correctly. We know that. And if they've engaged with us, they've engaged with us. And you can see the audience size here we have sits between 88,700 and 104,400. So it's a sizable audience that we know we've already created touch points with. So this is why it works so effectively. Keeping in mind this works effectively, and this system was set up to add fuel to your Google ad campaigns that are being run through Solutions 8. So this is going to go to brand search. This is going to go to your dynamic remarketing and everything that's incorporated within your PMAX campaigns. People are aware of you. We're adding more good data points because think about it, every time someone comes through to your website, fills in a form, looks at a product, adds to cart, all those signals are also being sent to Google. The great offshoot of this is when you look at it, these convert. Now you look at this here, you can see we're addressing specific unique selling propositions here based on what we've got here in terms of the actual titles of the videos. And you can see this is last month. It's the 15th of March now. We're only back in February 2024. This isn't what was working 5 years ago, Chad style. This is what's working today. You like what I said there with Chad style? No?
No.
You know what Chad style is?
No.
It's like, you have these like guys like that Chad style, they just put one ad up, no interest targeting, $1,000 a day budget, absolutely no knowledge about copy, one video, and it just goes crazy for them. And then they're like, I'm a guru, I'm going to make a course. That's Chad style.
Okay. Never heard of it.
Yeah. Might be a younger person thing.
Could be.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway. Yeah, all right. Yeah, gotcha. Sorry, you there? I can't.
I'm back.
You're back. Okay, cool. Getting back to what I was talking about, this one here, we're talking about unique selling propositions and how these products are their solution to their specific problems. This refers to removing harmful chemicals. This is a water filter company. It's easy to install. There's 40 years of experience. And this long form one, which didn't perform overly well for us, that's why it's off. It talked about all of the product features, and this lady's an ambassador. She's actually a doctor. So you can see how we're trying different angles to see what worked. And what we're finding is working is that people want to remove the chemicals from their products, and that's converting at 3.86, which is fantastic. The one that's obviously one of the biggest pain points for people with buying water filters is the complexity of them. Like, how do you set them up? How do they work? I've never had one. I don't know how to use it. We have a simple video showing them how they're easy to put together and use, and it converts at 14.49 ROAS. Keep in mind, this is set up at this level for awareness. I'm trying to convert these people at all. But whilst our intention isn't to convert them, people are people. And what I mean by that is that they're all at different stages of that consideration process, whether it's a first touch point, a second touch point, third through to 18th touch point. Everyone's different. For me personally, it might take me 9 touch points with a brand to develop enough trust with them and to go, yep, you are the solution to my problem. You're a high price point, but you're what I want. Some other people, they might have had a real pain point where they bought a filter and it was just an absolute nightmare to try and get together and to try to work, or it didn't strip all the chemicals out that they wanted it to. And that on the second touch point, we address that and they go, yep, I'm in. No more consideration. I'm getting my credit card out to buy this. So we still need to be mindful that people are going to be ready to make a purchase at these different levels, which is why we still have the shop now call to action, but the majority don't. So, but at a CPM of $4.38, $4.84 on average, $4.72, you can see the power of it.
Yep.
So this is where we're at. Now, there's a few things that do happen here.
So Dan, can you just hook into the ads? Like how you create the ads there in your ad sets?
So we'll go into the first one. Just preview it here. So this one's 40 years of, where are we? I don't know why it's showing all 5 there. Might, hang on a second. Okay. I don't know why it was showing that. It was confusing itself there. So this is an ad that we run. Did you know there are up to 50 chemicals added to Australian drinking water? So we know from experience with this brand, and you would know your brand, and we talk to brand owners, that one of the biggest questions that people have when it comes to water quality in Australia is, well, what's actually added into our tap water? They don't really know. Well, they've got an idea, but they didn't know it was 50 of them. So we're like, okay, well, there is actually 50 different chemicals that are added into it. And our water filters filter out about 99% of sediment, rust, bacteria, cysts, chlorine, chemicals, heavy metals, fluoride, and unpleasant odors. We have a review from a verified buyer, transform your tap water now. Fix your tap water today, 99% removal of harmful chemicals. It's not showing on that feed one, but on other placements it shows in full. Now, this has been running for a little while, and you can see, you look at the positive engagement here, 132 comments, 65 shares. Like, this is free advertising. We're paying $4.32 or whatever it was to reach 1,000 people. Then out of that, it's been shared 65 times and commented on that many times. Like, it is, you can see how the cycle works. And this is just a video of her talking about one of the filters.
Yep.
If we go here to the easy to install, the best investment in your health, and you could ever make, such a noticeable difference. We've gone with a review-based thing first. Easy to install and use. Our water filters are responsible for improving the lives of many Australians. We then go on about what it filters. Get yours today. And this is just a simple user-generated content video where we talk about how to put it together.
So your conversion objective for all these ads is just awareness.
Awareness. That is exactly it.
Right.
This one doesn't get as much in terms of the social engagement yet. Obviously, the one about the harmful chemicals has more. But
these ads here, so can I ask you a question? These ads here,
yep.
Are they these creatives? Are they creatives that were also created in the top of funnel, or they're brand new?
These are different.
Okay.
These are different. So, and we want them to be different because we want them to specifically address them.
No, just want to differentiate that.
So at the top of funnel, we go more general about the brand. So we can talk about the history of the brand, the range of products.
And this is going into more specificities or questions people might ask.
Yes. So we go to brand owners and we say, well, what questions get asked a lot on your support desk, or what on your socials? What gets commented on the most?
Yep.
So then we create, because we know that, there's no point knowing it and not addressing it. We'll go out and we'll get user-generated content, or create user-generated content through the brand owners.
Yep.
We'll say, go out and just show us shoot a video of how you put this together.
Yep.
Or shoot a video of someone reviewing your product, talking about how it gets rid of 99.9% of everything out of the tap water in Australia.
Yep.
So that's more specific, because we don't want to talk to someone about how this product's easy to put together if they're not interested in the product to start with, or the solution to start with. It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Saying, here's how to put it together. Like, here's how to put a bike together, but you're not interested in riding a bike.
Yeah. So
we need to develop that touch point and that trust with them, and establish that they're actually interested in the brand first.
Sure.
At that really, really cost-effective way.
Okay. That makes sense
for them. So then the other point that we've raised with this one is about experience. There's a lot of companies that just come and go, and we've got over 40 years of experience and research goes into our water filters.
So this second stage, the middle of funnel, is more about education on the actual semantics or more intricacies of a product, rather than just hitting them from the top of funnel. Middle of funnels, more of an education.
Correct. And it's where we address the most common pain points
Yep.
or problems that people are finding in this industry, because we've already established that they're interested in their health.
Yep.
And interested in clean filtered water.
Yep.
So we're not now at this level, we're educating them about how their actual products work and it solves their specific problems
and
or pain points they have.
Whilst this is this situation for this particular brand, it's exactly the same methodologies you would employ for any brand. You would do introductory, bit of an education in the middle of funnel, and then bottom of funnel is going to be a completely different message that you deliver.
100%. So we've got another client that we're working with Solutions 8. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the client, but they sell fishing gear, fishing tackle, fishing accessories. Very, very niched. And at the top of funnel stage, we're just trying to gauge whether someone is interested in that style of fishing. We're not trying to sell them fishing gear or show them fishing gear. They have 2 specific seasons of fishing that they have, dependent on the migration of the fish. And we need to know which one of those styles of fishing or seasons of fishing that person's interested in. It's no point just going, I'm interested in fishing. Like that could be anything. Like there's so many different ways.
Oh, yeah.
So many different environments to fish in, so many different fish to try and catch, so many different, whether you're on land, whether you're on freshwater, saltwater, in a boat, what time of year it is. There's so many variations. So at top of funnel, we're not trying to sell them any gear or show them any gear as solutions to them. We're just trying to gauge whether they are a person who is interested in this style of fishing or this style of fishing.
Yep.
Then at middle of funnel, well,
so once you get that engagement, they move into this.
We know that they're engaged with that style of fishing. Middle of funnel, we're going to show you our solutions or our products for that style of fishing, because we already know at the top of funnel you're interested in it.
So essentially, all you're doing is the old days of Facebook saying, "Oh, we're looking after, we want to grab these people." You're creating data in the top of funnel that's filtering into the middle of funnel that you can now start showing to those people
exactly
those solutions or those features of that particular type of product.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, and it's just pre-qualifying them. And this was born out of the fact that we did lose a little bit of that. Facebook was amazing at just putting the right things in front of the right people.
Back in the day.
And it's not always like that.
No.
The users have become more aware that they're looking at ads. It's not just, oh my God, this is like, this is destiny. This is in front of me and it's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
As things got restricted with privacy and Facebook or even removing some of the interest-based targeting, the real specific stuff.
Yep.
And they have been doing for years, ever since that Cambridge Analytica data breach. And, all the issues that come along with the Apple privacy, but fundamentally, it's still, if we go at that top of funnel level and the water filters, is this person interested in their health?
Yep. So my next question is, you've now created your top of funnel campaigns, right? You're creating your audiences.
Yep. And
using your middle of funnel, you're now retargeting, for want of a better term, using those audience segments you've created through engagement. You're now targeting them through your middle of funnel, right?
Correct.
Whilst your primary objective is in conversions, it is awareness.
Yep.
And whilst you are getting conversions coming through from those campaigns, what audiences, if any, are you creating in this funnel step? Are you creating any audience segments in this step?
In the middle of funnel?
Yes.
So that we can target them at the bottom of funnel?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 2 things at play here. The first is, if the brand has a bit of history in it at what we'll call our conversion step.
And we won't go into bottom of funnel today. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I suppose my question is, whilst we get this segment, middle of funnel, right? We got the middle of funnel. We're targeting these engagement audiences.
Yep.
Or are we creating any further audiences from here for the bottom of funnel?
So we're creating people that have viewed content or added to cart but not purchased.
Beautiful.
The other thing we're doing is we're creating an audience of our loyalty
Yep.
in our loyalty section, which is people who've purchased, and that does happen at middle of funnel.
Yep.
We do also use these warm middle of funnel audiences, and we do test scaling campaigns out as well for purchase conversions, which can potentially work. And I'll go through those strategies about how we make those decisions and what ads we show them.
That can be later on down the track. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, there is an Advantage Plus shopping sort of extra that we put in here.
Yep.
But what I can do is in further videos, I'll take you through it. It'll take hours for us to go through everything here.
Yep.
But fundamentally, yes, everything feeds itself in here. You can see this feeds bottom of funnel, but then also as we get further down, our loyalty campaigns guide what goes into top of funnel and middle of funnel. It also guides our scaling campaigns. These feed into these audiences. And so it's not so much look, for ease of explanation.
Yeah, it's not doing this thing.
Yeah, it's not doing that. It's that's why I called it a matrix.
Yep.
Because in turn, this is also feeding Klaviyo and it's also feeding Google Ads.
Yep.
So it's not just like that, but everyone understands top, middle, and bottom. It's being drilled into us. It's an easy way to explain it to people at the moment.
Sure. Mate, that's good. No, that makes a lot of sense. I think that's a nice conduit to move into the bottom, the top of funnel into the middle of funnel. Now you've got those awareness camp audiences built. You're retargeting them, so you're not. It's sort of like you're retargeting the audiences you built. You're not retargeting the people who've been to your website. You're retargeting, but you're retargeting audience engagement, aren't you?
Exactly, and that's the difference now. Whereas we used to just go, they used to effectively be very little bottom of funnel. It was Facebook, go find people to go buy stuff off me at top of funnel. If they didn't, but they added to cart, I'll show you a bottom of funnel catalog ad and you'll convert there. So it's a two-stage process.
Which
then we had
99% of people did.
And I'd say 99% of people still do.
Yeah.
But there's all these other functions on here. And especially we have this data loss where, people might have opted out of tracking, or they might have, on your website, or they're, we could be targeting people in Europe with GDPR. But these audiences that we're creating at middle of funnel, we know we've got control of them because we're looking at people engaged on Instagram and Facebook, or they've watched 50% of your videos. That's all in-app data. So what I mean by that is Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, owns that data. They're not asking the user permission. Can we report this back?
It's their data.
Given that permission because you install the app, it's part of their terms of service. They own that data. The subscribers, you own that data as a brand owner because you've got their consent when they opted in and you've put them into your email marketing software. People that visit your website, there can be a little bit of a drop off there depending on what people's privacy settings are as to whether you can remarket to them. But I'd like to think it goes to reason that if someone's interested in your product, they're signed up to your email list, that they have already been and viewed content on your website as well. So there is some overlap there, and that's how we capture them there. But the in-app data is the key for us here.
Yeah. It's cheap for you too. It's cheap to retarget them because it's in-app data. You're not driving traffic away from the Facebook interface, and that therefore it's more expensive. You're keeping them in-app, and now you're going to start retargeting that audience, and it's going to be cheaper for you. And not only that, it's going to be more qualified audience.
Oh, it's way more qualified, and it's accurate. And you saw there in the last 30 days, that brand that I showed you for the water filters, their warm audience of in-app data, their subscribers and their website visitors, excluding their purchases, sat around 100,000 people. That's a pretty big audience that have already had contact and engagement with that brand, with your brand.
And that's not a bad conversion like in-app ROAS for a conversion action. That's not a conversion action.
I
know. It's an awareness action, and you got a good ROAS there.
You're talking about how much it's costing us to build that audience effectively.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not costing us a hell of a lot.
And look, whilst whilst you've shown us that example there, that's just one example.
Yeah.
Do you see, and with the clients that you work with, do you see universally a systematic result from top of funnel to middle of funnel to bottom of funnel? Whilst there could be variations between the performance metrics, but are you seeing a similar type of result
Every time?
Yep.
Every single time. And I just had this conversation before I jumped on this call with you with another brand owner. And he said he is now spending, he's getting, for a reason that he was unknown to him, and I had to explain to him the system we're running, because we run his email, Google, and he runs his own Google, we run his email and his Facebook. He's like, my Google ads have never performed this well. And I said, it's because of the system. This system was designed to fuel your Google ads. But now that Facebook has balanced itself out and it's performing a lot better in 2024, it's also fueling the conversion campaigns really well. And he just said, the return on ad spend that I get on Google now is the best I've had in about 2 years. The only thing that's changed is we've added in this meta advertising matrix, which is just fueling it for him. Because what he's seeing, he's getting a better return on ad spend, but he can see the conversion rates higher. So people aren't coming in cold; they're coming in with that search intent.
The solution aware, they come straight. They start doing a direct search, or they're doing a brand search, or
100%. Exactly. And this is, it's not by accident. This whole system is designed to work like this.
Yep.
You know, Klaviyo then feeds these audiences back into Google as well. Klaviyo's feeding these audiences into Meta, and it's just this big cycle that we have. It normally, the other question people ask is, well, how much should I be spending in terms of budget allocation to this top and middle of funnel? To start with, we say about 20% of what your overall daily budget is. Because
20% what? To top of funnel or middle of funnel?
So 10% to each. So 20% in total.
To top and middle?
Yeah. So 20% total to top and middle there to build that engagement and awareness. So 10% to each. So if you've got a...
Sorry, I'll just digress a bit. 10% top, 10% middle. Is that just for Facebook, or is that overall budget?
Just for Facebook. So let's say, for argument's sake, you've got $100 a day to spend on Facebook. Advertising. We'll do $10 to each.
10 each. Gotcha.
You can see those CPMs are so low. They're going to reach 2,000 to 3,000 people per day in each of those campaigns for $10 a day.
Yeah, gotcha.
That,
so you can scale that accordingly. If you're doing $100 a day, you're doing $1,000 a day, be 100, and then we'll move into
can adjust that a little bit as you move further into it. Because you might need to spend a little bit more on that top and middle if you've got nothing to start with.
Sure.
For brands that have something to start with, that's where we start. Most brands do when they come across to us, because they're already part of the Solutions 8 Google ad strategy. So they've got
audiences.
Yeah. If it's brand new, we might need to adjust it and change it. Or if they haven't done anything for so long, we might need to adjust it, because we need to build those audiences quickly for them. And then reallocate budget as we need to.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. I think we've gone over what we thought we were going to be talking about, but that was good, mate. That I even learned a little bit from there.
Did you?
I did.
That's nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Nice. So that's our middle of funnel. So we're into, I think this is our 5th video. So we the previous video of this was top of funnel, middle of funnel. The next one we're going to talk about bottom of funnel. What is the next stage from here? So we don't want to be doing like 2-hour videos. We're going to be chunking them up.
Yeah.
If you're watching this video, we will have a playlist on the Solutions 8 channel that you can watch them in sequence if you need to. And if you do want to reach out and find out how you can utilize the system that we're working with Dan, using the Facebook, Klaviyo, Google Ads system, make sure you reach out to the Solutions 8 team. We'll be able to fill you in as to how we can help you guys out. So thank you very much. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for watching. next bat time, next bat channel. Is that how it works? TTFN, all those acronyms.
Ta-ta for now.
Hey?
Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
I see I got it. It only took five videos for me.
Video number 5, yeah, I took it.
And there was a question mark still at the end of it when I said that. So
yeah. Just FYI, everyone, we did have a false start before this. It was absolute nightmare. Thanks, guys, for watching. Till next time. Thanks for watching.
Big fan of the brown chocolate shirt as well, mate.
It's black, mate. It's not chocolate.
It's had too many watches by the look of it. It's brown chocolate.
No, it's black. It's just my lights.
No worries, Cadbury. I'll stop the recording.
See ya.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start now.
Sorry.
Righto.
Do you want me to stop the recording and start it again? Or
No, we'll be right. We'll be right.
Let's go.
All right. Hello, YouTubers. Here we are in our next sequence of...
I don't have my background on.
It's hard to soar like an eagle with your something.
What was that?
Turkeys.
Hang on.
Delete it. Get rid of it. Hard to soar like an eagle when you're... Hello, YouTube land. And here we are again in our ongoing series of the Klaviyo Facebook Google hybrid customized U-Butte Flash system. So I think we've done 3 now. So this one